and then we're scared to say their name. I understand, like in the legalese of the language, maybe the vendor could be changed during the term, but it's interesting that we have an approved vendor who's going to channel these $10,000 amounts, but we don't want to say who approved vendor is. You think they would actually ask us to say their name as part of their agreement or reduce their price if we said it so that they could be recognized as the premier relocation services vendor for Portland. The other thing that I thought was a little weak is the mandatory budget disclosure page, which is down there around 7 or 8 of the PDF for the impact statement. It talks that the amount could vary from $7,500 to $10,000. But the bigger picture is when us as citizens in the media get all contentious about whether Ted Wheeler's having an awesome term as mayor or a terrible term as mayor, one of the issues that comes up is the ability to fill positions. And to analyze the budget impact of this, we really need to extrapolate how many, ideally, if we filled every position, how many people come in, so what's the maximum number of $10,000 moving reimbursements we might be exposed to, and of course, just the general number. We can look through the Oregonian past issues and find people complaining, but we shouldn't be hiding that. We should just say that in today's competitive, low unemployment market, the city is eagerly seeking to fill X number of positions. If we gave every one of those people $10,000, it would total out to such and such. You don't have to do that to pass this so that we can fill these positions, but I think it would have been reaching the highest bar of public disclosure and good governance. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you. Any further testimony? Very good. Please call the roll.
Fritz.
Aye.
Thompson. Wheeler.
Aye. The ordinance is adopted as amended. Colleagues, we have one other item pulled. I understand staff is here for item 1330.
Here's your item.
And if staff is here, if you can come up, and meanwhile, I'll start this off. The Department of Homeland Security provides financial assistance to selected urban areas through the fiscal year. This is through their Urban Area Security Initiative grant program. This is a program that assists urban areas to build, sustain, and deliver capabilities necessary to prevent, protect against, mitigate, respond to, and recover from acts of terrorism or from natural or other human-caused disasters. We've been accepting these grants since 2003. We accept these grants on behalf of a broader area of the community that includes Tri-Metro Port of Portland, Multnomah County, Clackamas County, Washington County, Columbia County, and Oregon and Clark County, Washington. This is what's known as the Regional Disaster Preparedness Organization, or RDPO. The Department of Homeland Security designated Portland as the core urban area in the state of Oregon. Therefore, we are the ones who apply for this grant on behalf of everybody else. Again, the key use of this is to allow the RPDO to coordinate, plan, execute trainings and exercises, procure equipment to respond to and recover from natural disasters and acts of terrorism. There is no local grant required for the receipt of this federal grant. I don't know if there's anything else I missed.
Mayor, I should read the title first.
Get to the title. Thank you. Sorry, Carl. I jumped on you again.
1330, accept the fiscal year 2018 Department of Homeland Security Urban Area Security Initiative grant in the amount of $2,353,665 from the Oregon Department of Emergency Management to enhance emergency preparedness through planning, training, and equipping of emergency responders in the Portland urban area.
Then what I said. Fill it in, right? Anything else I forgot?
No, I think that's an excellent summary of the request. If you have any questions, I'm happy to respond to them.
Great. I don't know who pulled this, but we'll take public testimony.
Robert West.
Bob West.
Very good. You can go ahead and have a seat. If there's any further questions, we can call back. Thank you.
Yes, I have issues with us accepting any kind of money from Homeland Security. There's usually something, or from the federal government, because usually something that's a little hidden that people don't know about. And like for instance, Portland staying in the Joint Terrorist Task Force, which I'm totally against us being involved in that anyway. But yeah, we should not be accepting the money from the federal government. We should not be accepting money from the federal government for other counties. We are responsible for that money. And if something happens, a computer glitch or whatever, Portland could be held on the hook to these other counties for that money. So I'm totally against us accepting any kind of money whatsoever from the federal government, and I wanted to bring that up.
Very good. Good morning. Good morning again, Commissioners. Charles Bridge Crane Johnson. And while I strongly agree with what was put forth about the idea that we really don't need to be, essentially have no business being part of the JTTF, there's no explicit tie here. Whatever wink, wink, nod, nods the mayor might get exposed to as he deals with federal law enforcement positions is different, but we want our money back. When I say that, what I mean is that all this money is created by Oregon taxpayers. So that is why, even though DHS is a bad construction from federal times when they were under stress way back in the Bush II days, and really a great federal government would restructure DHS along the pre-9/11 lines, we can always take their money. We have Tracy Reeve and 40 other great attorneys to make sure that the strings and whatever agreements are matched. So obviously this is a yes vote to take this chunk of money, have it available for safe communities, but also to always be mindful of ways to disentangle ourselves from a federal government that had its issues under Obama, and certainly things haven't gotten better in the last couple of years. Thanks.
Thank you. Any further questions, colleagues? Please call the roll.
Fritz. Fish. Saltzman. Wheeler.
Aye. Ordinance is adopted. Time certain 13:11.
Appeal of Northwest District Neighborhood Association and County Courts against Historic Landmarks Commission's decision to approve Block 162 apartments, a 5-story plus residential development at 1727
I can't believe Bridge Cream wanted us to
Northwest
get that
Street.
money.
Colleagues, for the record, I've reviewed the entire record. You'll recall that I came a few minutes late to
I didn't even know that.
the first part of the hearing, including the
I didn't recognize
on November 29th. Staff needs to make a minor change on page 10 of the findings. So Carla's distributed the page showing the change. It would be my intention now to move that the council deny the appeals, uphold the decision of the Landmarks Commission, and adopt the findings with a revised page 10 as you have before you. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Fritz. Saltzman. Wheeler.
Aye. The ordinance is adopted 3-0. Legal counsel, is there any further action we need to take on this appeal?
No.
I do not believe so. Very good, thank you.
We got the backup attending.
My voice behind my head. All right, and according to my watch, it is just rolling over to 10:35. Please read the time certain for 10:35, which is at 13:12.
1312, authorize agreement with Lloyd BID.
This is the one,
For
the
program
DA.
management in the Lloyd Business District.
So, colleagues, we have Tyler Wallace from Revenue Bank Ashworth, from the Ashworth Company. He is also the chair of the Lloyd ESD. Wade Lang, who is from American Asset Trust. He is also an ESD board member. And Bob Dye from the Lloyd Center, also an ESD board member. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Mr. Mayor, Commissioners. My name is Tyler Wallace. I'm the Tax Division Manager for the City's Revenue Division. The ordinance before you today will renew the current contract between the city and Lloyd BID to provide transportation, landscaping, and security services to the Lloyd District. This renewal is for an additional 5 years. This is a sole source contract because there are no other potential provider of the services with the experience, expertise, and capability of Lloyd BID. We have 3 members of the Lloyd Enhanced Service District Board here to give an update on the district. At this point, I'll turn it over to them. I'm available if you have any questions for revenue.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Hank Ashford, I'm the chair of the Lloyd BID, have been since its inception, and executive vice president for the Ashford Company, owners here in Portland since 1995. Briefly, I want to start by saying thank you. First to you, Dan, thank you for your service to this city. Portland certainly is better off and in a better place because of your hard work. So I look forward to seeing you on the other side for sure. And also thank you to Ted and Amanda for recognizing us in the Spirit of Portland Awards. Most recently, it is because of our work with Right to Dream 2. We value that completely because that's what we do as a neighborhood improvement district or business improvement district. We want to solve and create solutions for complicated problems. So thank you for that. What we'd like to do is just to brief you on the Lloyd ESD and what we've been up to lately, our accomplishments over the short and long term. I've got the board there. You see, this is our area, really the river, the Banfield, 15th to the east and up to Broadway on the northern boundary. In a quick overview, we were started in 2001, the second ESD formed in the city, and something we're proud of. We affect 125 properties, 99% assessment compliance. We generate $475,000 a year and $5.5 million since our inception. No small piece of change at that. We do have sector partners. Also, we thank you, the city and Metro, the Convention Center, City of Portland, Bonneville Power. I'd like to thank the state, but the state has chosen actually not to invest with us. Hopefully, maybe we could work on getting 100% compliance in the future. We're very involved in Holiday Park. We put $1 million to work in Holiday Park. We'll talk about that later. And economic development initiatives that we're working through are creating 4,000 new jobs. We've got about 22,000 employed right now. 2,500 new apartment units. There are roughly 1,000 or so as we speak. Goals to be accomplished. An 8-to-1 jobs to housing ratio. We're about 20-to-1 right now. And 500,000 square feet of new development that will be net zero and no additional use to our grid on energy and other resources. So an brief overview, we've had a long and successful track record as a public-private partnership. In fact, we were public-private partnership before it became a buzzword. And we really do take it to heart because what we get from our neighborhood, we want to leverage with you, the city, and other agencies out there to deliver programs. So obviously the Spirit of Portland Award was part of that. We do have partnerships on public safety, and really since 1990, we had a neighborhood policing program that has been in place. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in detail later. Go Lloyd is a partner with Lloyd, the city, and TriMet. Holiday Park, we're partnered with Lloyd and the Parks Bureau. The Right to Dream 2, certainly we're partnered with you, the city, our eco district, and Lloyd itself. This is what we look like as far as in an org chart arrangement. As you can see, there's Go Lloyd, it's our district attorney program, the community association, which and Lloyd Eco District Holiday Park program, and Holiday Street maintenance. A little better definition. Wade is going to help me out here and put some details on this, but Go Lloyd is our transportation management entity. As I understand it, one of the first, if not the first in the country. We have a focused promotions piece and a marketing campaign. We are known as Lloyd now. We've dropped the, and we've dropped the D word. I'm going to get penalized if I say the D word. So, refer to us now as Lloyd, and everyone will be happy. All the street maintenance I mentioned. The eco district is truly a triple bottom line specification working at a neighborhood level. The community association is neighborhood to neighborhood, neighborhood to city, and our DA program, as I said, is public safety, which is core to